Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Return to the Blue Lagoon, 1991. This is going to be another sequel to the original Blue Lagoon of 1980, 11 years later. The Brooke Shields character is played by 16-year-old Mila Jovanovic. She was nominated for Golden Raspberry Award, along with a host of whole others, including Worst Director, Worst New Star, Brian Cruz, Worst New Star, Mila Jovanovic, Worst Picture, William A. Graham, who's also the director, Worst Screenplay, Leslie Stevens. It's in the category of one of those supposedly worst movies of all time. It has an approval rating of 0% in the review section. And it has an average rating of 2.23 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. Again, I think the Rotten Tomatoes website doesn't match with the IMDb ratings, and I don't know why. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. But it gets a 5.2 rating on IMDb, which is way higher. Way higher. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 stars. I thought it was about the same as Blue Lagoon. Not that great. And this one was box office bomb. I was looking at the number here. I think it let me pull it up again. Sorry. I'm going back and forth here. Okay, so on a budget of $11 million, it made less than $3 million in the United States. So there you have it. It's pretty much the same as the first movie, even though it's a sequel, supposedly. What happens is, I thought the Brooke Shields and her Tarzan husband were still alive on the boat when they marooned out to sea. But they weren't. They both died. You can't see their faces because their faces are covered by boards on the boat. So, because that's their way of saving money and trying to tie it into the original 1980 Blue Lagoon. The baby survives, though, the boy, and he gets brought on board this ship where there's the ship's infected with cholera, and the widow takes her daughter and the baby boy back to the same island where the baby boy's parents, Brooke Shields and her Tarzan husband, were living. So they shack up in the old Club Med hut, that very intricate looking hut that was made. By the way, this movie was filmed in Fiji and Australia, in case you're wondering. It's supposed to be a beautiful tropical island in the South Pacific, okay? And it's pretty much the same story. The widow mother of these two kids, stepmother to the baby Tarzan, and mother of the daughter, she goes out in the rain and she catches pneumonia or something. Yeah, she dies from pneumonia after going out in the rain fixing the roof with some palm leaves or something. And the box office was 2.8 million, by the way, on this one in the United States. And anyways, after she dies, the kids are suddenly they go from 10 years old to like 16 years old. And the Brooke Shields wannabe has a period. Richard wakes up with his ding-a-ling erect, and he's in a bad mood. They get into a fight, and he goes to the north side of the island, where he witnesses what else? A human sacrifice, just like in the first movie, by the natives. And he actually goes up and smiles at one of the natives, and the native doesn't like do anything. Kind of strange. And so he goes back. They start kissing and whatnot, and then they do some kind of island wedding ritual, putting the ring on her hand, exchanging vows and whatnot, and then a bunch of unruly sailors land, including proud captain and his beautiful but spoiled daughter. The Tarzan couple, they welcome the party, but then the spoiled daughter starts putting moves on Tarzan Jr. So Tarzan Jr. Starts cheating on Jane Jr. And Jane Jr.'s naked in the fish pond. She's one of the sailors is scoping her out. He rapes her and he steals her pearl, which was a gift that Richard, the Tarzan Jr. guy, had given to his Jane Jr. a while back. It was a gift that he found inside an oyster. And the gift was the result of winning an Easter egg hunt. They determine Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving by counting the full moons or something. Okay, so she's raped. Richard comes to her rescue. All of a sudden, he has an epiphany that he suddenly loves her again, and they get into a fight. The sailor shoots him in the arm, but it's just like a little scrape. And then Tarzan Jr. lures the sailor into the water where the shark eats the sailor. And that's pretty much the movie. The ending's pretty much the same as Blue Lagoon. A lot of the same kind of themes. I just couldn't get into this movie. It was too boring. It was like a long commercial, I think one reviewer said. And yeah, it's like that. The ending credits has this ridiculous early 90s kind of easy listening music. Made me want to barf and just sit through that. But not a good flick. I'm going to watch National Lampoon's Gold Diggers. I have the I'm waiting for The Odd Life of Timothy Green, 2012 PG movie. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, I got my my conference with the social worker coming up at 1:30, and that means I get to dispel all the lies from my ex-wife that she conjured up. So that should be interesting. I'm sure it'll be a lively discussion. And yeah, so I'm waiting for them to give me the Zoom meeting ID and screen name. They're supposed to give it to me at 1 o'clock today, so waiting on that. And then I got the rest of the day off. So I should be able to get through 3 movies if I boogie through these worst movies of all time, supposedly. The next one being National Lampoon's Gold Diggers, which again has a reputation for being the worst movie of all time. A lot of these movies have a reputation, but they're not actually as bad as people make them out to be. I watched I watched another reviewer, the Canadian guy who likes to review bad movies. I forgot his name. Let me see if I can pull it up. He was pointing out all the bad things about this movie. I actually didn't think it was that bad. His name is Fanboyx. I could post his review in the description box of the review I did for Ballistics X and Sever. But he just made a long laundry list of all the problems he found in the movie. He was really detailed about it. So if you want to see a little contrast of somebody who actually pays attention to movies as opposed to someone like me who just accepts it as so bad that it's good type of mindless entertainment, then check out his review. I'll post it in the description box on my previous video. So that was kind of interesting, but he spends a long time. It's kind of boring. It's like 29 minutes of just litany of criticisms about Ballistic X and Sever. He even goes and criticizes the title, same as Roger Ebert. That's the first thing he mentions. And so that was kind of interesting to see his perspective, get a little different flavor of how bad the movie actually is. He talks about the Rotten Tomatoes rating, or the tomato meter, or whatever it's called. So yeah, check that one out as well. It was uploaded September 12th, 2017 by Fanboy Flicks. So I'll put that link up in the description box on my previous movie review after I'm done wrapping up this video. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a couple more Netflix DVDs. watched and reviewed today. So make up for Sunday when I only reviewed 2 and I wanted to review 4. I was kind of lackadaisical, taking 3 naps after working my arse off, delivering groceries previous 2 days. So hopefully this Sunday will go a lot smoother and I can get 3 or 4 movie reviews in. That's my plan later.